unbelievable.
That's unreal. I've never seen anything like it.
They've been going at it like that for almost half an hour.
Well, it can't be aircraft. Aircraft can't maneuver like that.
What else could they be?
I don't know, lasers maybe. Being shot from the ground, reflecting up off the clouds.
Ning Li, who was a physicist born in China, immigrated to the U.S. in Huntsville, Alabama, which led to her unfortunate mysterious disappearance. Apparently, Huntsville, Alabama is a hub spot for the aerospace and defense industry. This includes Northrop Grumman, Lockheed Martin, Boeing, Aerojet Rocketdyne. She was hired at the University of Alabama in Huntsville at the Center for Space, Plasma, and Aeronomic Research. And now I'm going to read a part of a research paper called Static Tests for a Gravitational Force Coupled to Type 2 YBCO Superconductors. And a part of it states here, recent experiments have reported anomalous weight loss for a test mass suspended above a rotating type 2 YBCO superconductor, with a percentage change independent of the test mass, chemical composition, and diamagnetic properties. This result puts new limits on the strength and range of the proposed coupling between static superconductors and gravity. So she theorized that a superconductor could produce anti-gravitational effects. And the concept of anti-gravity is essentially supposed to be theoretical. That is until the existence of UFOs and UAPs were confirmed. But remember, people were going to storm Area 51. And it apparently wasn't all about the aliens, but it was also the fact that this advanced technology truly existed. People believed anti-gravity technology already existed. And if it does, the world would not have to suffer in the way that it currently does. Both humans and our planet would ultimately benefit from this technology. Now I'm going to read a part of an article on popular mechanics titled Taming Gravity by Jim Wilson. Prospects for the Alabama HTSD are attracting serious attention because this particular disk was fabricated by Ning Li, one of the world's leading scientists. In the 1980s, Li predicted that if a time-varying magnetic field were applied to superconductor ions trapped in a lattice structure, the ions would absorb enormous amounts of energy confined in the lattice. The ions would begin to rapidly spin, causing each to create a minuscule gravitational field. To understand how an HTSD is critical to the construction of a force-filled machine, it's useful to know something about an unusual state of matter called a Bose-Einstein condensate. It's our day-to-day lives we encounter three states of matter: solid, liquid, and gas. In the laboratory, it is possible to create another state of matter in which all the atoms are aligned in a way that makes them behave as if they were one single atom. She eventually left the university and started the company AntiGravity LLC to further her research. Then the U.S. Department of Defense gave Ning Li a $450,000 grant for her research in 2001, and then after that, she eerily disappeared. A reporter eventually contacted her son, and Ning Li was unfortunately hit by a vehicle in 2014. So apparently she worked for the Department of Defense until she was killed when she was hit by this vehicle. Her husband was supposedly with her, and it was stated that he had a heart attack because of the trauma with seeing Ning Li being killed. In the 1970s, an inventor named Stanley Meyer claimed to have created a car that runs on water. He claimed using electrolysis process to split the water molecules into hydrogen and oxygen, which would then be combusted to power the engine. Now I'm going to read an article about his death titled The Mysterious Death of Stanley Meyer and His Water-Powered Car. It's the 21st March 1998, the first day of spring, and 4 men are having lunch in a restaurant. A waiter serves one of them some cranberry juice, perhaps, but we will never know for sure, chosen for dessert. This man immediately after the first sip suddenly gets up as if he's gone crazy. He holds his hands around his neck. He loses his breath, runs out into the parking lot, collapses to the ground, and pronounces his last words, "They poisoned me." Steve Robinette, the lead detective on the case, collected the testimonies of everyone in the parking lot, including the final disturbing words of a man immediately identified as Stanley Meyer, a citizen of Grove City. His brother Stephen was one of the 4 at the table, and he heard the words spoken at the end of his life. In just 3 months, he closed the case file, sealed it with a colored elastic band, and wrote on the cover, "Death by natural causes." Formally, the case was now resolved. But we can all rest assured that in all these years, he never forgot the case of Stanley Meyer, the inventor of the water-powered car, who in 1998 got up from a table at a restaurant to run into a car park. Some say just to leave a message. "They poisoned me, and it's because of what I'm doing to revolutionize the car world." But remember when Hyde on That 70s Show said in a smoke session, "Hey, there's a guy who can make a car that runs on water. A car that runs on water, man." Remember? Yeah, that was in That 70s Show. Ironic that this happened in the 70s and they said it on That 70s Show.
We're gonna need some serious gas money because the cruiser's a boat.
I know it's a boat. This whole gas shortage bites.
Who's getting a boat?
There is no gas shortage, man. It's all fake. The oil companies control everything. Like there's this guy who invented this car that runs on water, man. It's got a fiberglass air-cooled engine and it runs on water.
So it is a boat.
No, it's a car. Only you put water in the gas tank instead of gas. And it runs on water, man!
Just all the connections is crazy. So I came across an interesting reel on Instagram that had over 389,000 likes with Grant, and it said, "Bro was never seen again." Here's that.
Hi, my name is Grant, and this is a 1998 Ford Explorer Sport. Now, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Ford's Explorer line, but they have a reputation of being horrible gas guzzlers. And I can actually attest to that. I did the mileage tests on my truck and found out that I was getting 13.6 miles per gallon highway, which as far as I'm concerned is absolutely unacceptable. Last year alone, I spent $11.4 bajillion on gasoline. Okay, I made that number up, but it sure felt like it. Well, I did something about it, and now I'm getting 56% better gas mileage, which translates to 56% savings in my pocket at the gas pump. How did I do it? My truck is now a water hybrid. Check this out. Well, technically, it's a hydrogen on-demand hybrid. What we have here is distilled water with 1 teaspoon of baking soda used as a catalyst. We tickle that water with 12 volts of electricity, and what it does is it separates the hydrogen from the oxygen. That gas is then sent into the combustion chamber, where I was formerly getting a 30% burn. That's right, in all of your gas vehicles, you only get a 30% fuel burn, which translates to 70% of your fuel, of your gas, comes out of your tailpipe. Now, however, I'm getting a 100% burn in my combustion chamber, which means a few benefits. Number one, after a couple hours of running hydrogen, it had blown years of deposits out of my engine. My engine actually idles so quietly in city traffic I can't even hear it. My torque increased, my horsepower